Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I will be covering Daikin's Heating Solutions Navigator. The Heating Solutions Navigator is a digital toolbox developed for Daikin professionals with the aim to assist in providing the best fit solution for your customer's home. With this tool, you can configure your installation, create custom-made piping and wiring diagrams, set the configuration on your installation, and much more. When you first enter HSN, you are greeted with the following screen, which allows you to determine which solution is right for your customer. You can select the criteria the project needs to meet, which then filters the solutions down, giving you the best solution for your needs. By selecting a few tick boxes, the list of solutions is reduced. Let's take an example of a new built home where the homeowner Bart wishes to have a heat pump installed, heating his home via an underfloor heating system. Our installer John is then able to filter down based on this information and is able to provide the ideal solution. The installer recommends that they install solar thermal for domestic hot water generation. The list now provides 3 solutions, which shows the ERP rating and also potential RHI income. Installer John proposes to Bart to opt for a low-temperature split-type heat pump. You can now select a solution to proceed on to the next step. On this page, we are able to enter a few more details for the system. At this stage, you can define the zoning and the types of heat emitters, the controls methods for the system, and the heat load of the property. By default, all sizing is based on the climate conditions for the address of installer John. However, Bart does not live near where John is based. It is then possible to change the location by entering the postal code of Bart's home. Each solution and its heat emitter choice has a recommended flow temperature. As long as the color remains green, you can expect your system to be running optimally. If you use the built-in radiator selection tool, the flow temperature can be recalculated in the background and adjusted depending on your radiator sizes. Let's move on to the next steps of the selection process. The first stage will be to define the zoning of the system. This is done simply by clicking on which zoning requirement is needed by your customer. In this case, the house is single-zone radiator. There are 3 options to choose from: Daikin's room thermostat control, leaving water temperature control, or external room thermostat control. Installer John recommends that the Daikin room thermostat control be used. The third step is the heat load for both space heating and domestic hot water. Domestic hot water is optional depending on the selected solution. Space heating load can be defined in 3 ways. If you have a heat load value already provided, you can simply complete value and apply. The second option is the simplified heat load calculator tool. There are 2 methods of completing this, either from historical energy consumption or an estimated based off the house type. The third option, you can calculate the heat load using the room-by-room calculator. This is an intuitive and precise calculation tool, allowing you to produce an accurate heat load. Here we show the result screen that gives an overview of each room and the total heat load. For further details on this tool, please view our other video. Let's now move back to the Heating Solutions Navigator. For domestic hot water load, there are 2 calculation methods available. The first option, Specify, calculates the hot water load based off number of bedrooms and usage. A cylinder is then recommended based off the provided information. The second option, which is named Profile, determines the hot water demand according to standardized European daily tapping user profiles. The next step is the radiator selection tool. This step is optional and is only available if radiators are the emitter and the room-by-room heat load calculator is used. The radiator selector takes the individual rooms from the room-by-room heat load calculator and allows you to size existing and new radiators in each room to ensure the heat load for that specific room is met. Depending on whether the radiators are sufficiently sized or not, the system flow temperature adjusts to ensure the room temperature is reached. For further information on this tool, please watch our additional video covering this. On the result screen, you are able to see a kit list generated of radiators that have been added. In the final stage, which is the optional sound calculation, it is possible to calculate the sound pressure level of the selected solution and its effects on surrounding properties. This option can only be completed if a heat pump is selected. The result can be informative or binding depending on the country of installation. In some countries, there is legislation that restricts the maximum allowed sound level of a unit. In such cases, this tool will show whether the system passes or not. You are able to select directivity, distance and barrier type. Now that the steps required to perform an equipment selection have been taken, the software will calculate and determine which units are capable of covering the heating and hot water loads. The solutions are shown below, with Daikin's recommended solution at the top. To proceed to the report screen, click Select on your preferred solution. The final report provides an overview of your selected solution. This includes basic system layout, features and benefits of the system, and ERP energy labels. It is also a location where you can find all information relating to this product range. You can find the technical details, brochures, schematics, and kit list generator. The kit list is predetermined based off information you entered during the earlier stages. You are given the option to add any additional extras you may require via the Options button. In case you're providing a combustion product solution, it is possible to select the flue gas selector tool and add any flue accessories to the equipment list. This results in a complete list of Daikin materials, which can be saved as PDF or CSV. On the top right of the page, you are able to save installations to your lead database. We will explain the functionality of this later on in the video. You can share the URL of the solution to be accessible online or generate a PDF report that can be printed and shared. On the bottom right side of the page, a list of toolboxes can be accessed. Each toolbox contains useful information covering the solution. For example, the literature toolbox allows you to access the installation manuals and product literature. The piping and wiring toolbox generates a piping and wiring diagram based off the selected system. Let's have a look at the generated piping and wiring diagram. The piping and wiring diagrams are being assembled and take into account the specific application and can be downloaded as PDF or DWG formats. Let's review the piping diagram. Here you can see that the main components, hydraulic connections and zoning, is adapted according to the system solution. The title block contains the installer and customer's name and contact information. The wiring diagram follows the same procedure as the piping. The units and options, which are part of the equipment list, are generated and included onto the diagram. If it is not selected, it is not shown to reduce any unnecessary confusion. You can download and print for use on site. The settings are stored to the lead and can be consulted at any time. Another toolbox is the Daikin EcoFigueredo tool. The EcoFigueredo tool allows you to configure your Daikin solution in just a few steps. All system information such as zoning, controls and customer data is pulled in from the information you inputted earlier on. You can then proceed with adjusting any field settings you require. This provides a summary page which only shows the field settings that require altering. In the next version, you will be able to store these field settings on a memory stick and upload onto the unit. Some of the toolboxes are country-specific. For example, we are currently creating toolboxes which allow you to calculate the incentive amount your customer can receive from specific heat pump solutions. For further information, please contact your local Daikin representative. So, installer John has created a nice solution for Bart in just a few minutes. All this information is then stored on the Daikin Stand By Me server and can be accessed by a click of a button. We will then move on to how to manage these leads. While you are in the Heating Solutions Navigator, you can click the Stand By Me logo at the top right of the screen. This allows you to return to the professional portal on Stand By Me. Under the tab Leads, an overview of all your previously saved leads can be reviewed. Here we are in Installer John's lead database. Here, you can see that the lead we have just generated for Bart is visible. At any time, John is able to go back into the lead and modify the solution if required. Once the lead becomes an installation, installer John can move the lead to the installation database via the Start Commissioning button. After-sales service can be proposed to Bart to bring further customer satisfaction and peace of mind. We have now reached the end of the video. I hope this gives you an overview of all the possibilities Daikin's Heating Solutions Navigator can offer. We are always looking to improve and expand our offering. If you have any ideas, please contact us on below email. Thanks very much for your time.